For 12 years, Australia had held the firmest grip on the ODI World Cup. From 99 to 2011, they just didn't lose. At this venue, it was called something else back then. That legacy had finally ended when India beat them in the 2011 quarterfinal, which everyone remembers for Yuvraj Singh's heroics. Here they are 12 years later, and Shashank, it is a chance for them to re-establish a legacy in a way.
Yes, a legacy of a different kind. If you look at the last couple of years, 2021, they won the T20 World Cup when no one expected them to in Dubai. They won a test series in Pakistan. They leveled the test series in Sri Lanka. They won a test match in India. They won the WTC final. And on the back of that WTC win, they also retained the Ashes 2-0 up. I mean, you expected them to win the Ashes wholeheartedly. From there on, they didn't, but they still retained the Ashes. So it's a massive wave of confidence that this team is riding on. Sometimes they don't get the kind of recognition over the last couple of years that they should, but well, you can't write them off. It's a big game. They know how to play big games, and here we go.
Yeah, that threat only becomes that much bigger every time it's Australia in a knockout game, because it's so well documented that this side just doesn't know how to lose knockout matches at World Cups.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the way they performed in knockout games. I mean, it needs no reiteration at all. Look at the clutch games of the past World Cups. They've only ever lost one World Cup semi-final, and that was in 2019. But just look at the history, 96, 99 against West Indies in Mohali. Absolutely nowhere in the running, and then Shane Warne comes, bowls a dream spell to win them. 99, the same script happens in Edgbaston, South Africa. I mean, we don't need to talk about that. 2003-07, of course, they went through undefeated. But 2015 against India, again on an unbeaten run, they meet them in Sydney. Steve Smith rises to the occasion. Aaron Finch rises to the occasion. So this team knows what it takes to win big games.
Yeah, and I guess if you are looking at further positives, you look at India, the way they tend to dominate at home. The only ODI series they've lost in India since 2016, they've lost two. Both have been to this side, one of them earlier this year. They tend to find a way.
Yeah, they tend to find a way, and they tend to find players for these conditions. I mean, you talk about how each team kind of plays to strengths in their own conditions. But Australia, this team, has got players who are versatile and who are able to challenge teams across different conditions. You saw Ashton Turner coming in, winning a game from nowhere to turn around that series. Earlier this year, when they played, Mitchell Starc used some of those pitches to his advantage to bring reverse swing into picture. So they found players out of nowhere to come and turn games, and it's just the pedigree of the team that's speaking, really. So if any team can come up and challenge India, it is this Australian team.
Back in 2003, the roles were reversed. Australia had won 10 in a row, India had won 8 in a row after having lost to Australia initially. India couldn't stop Australia then. Can Australia stop India now?